Sonskyn Beperk is how would you say, a feel-good romantic comedy.
I had this idea of making a film that incorporated craft brewing, craft beer. The Afrikaans audience out there, I think they will really enjoy this, the screenplay from that perspective. But most importantly, I think it's the story.
I think he's probably enamored with her because she's not from New York and things. She's a country girl and that's different.
Stay.
Sy gaan oorsee omdat sy ambisie het en sy nuuskierig is. Dit is nuuskierigheid wat en die vryheid wat mense moet beoefen terwyl hulle kan.
But her mom actually pushed her to go overseas, to go follow her dream and follow her heart.
'n Mens moet dit respekteer, dink ek. 'n Kind besluit sy by die kans vat om haar te gaan vestig iewers anders in die wêreld.
Then she heard via Uncle Calvert, which is her dad's best friend on the farm, that things are going a bit rough. So she made a decision to come back home to South Africa to see where she can help.
So lekker om terug te wees vir die huis. Ek het op die grond gesoen toe ons geland het.
O, nee.
Also solve the relationship between her and her dad because things were a bit rough when she left. She leaves her American boyfriend Jacob there, while he doesn't come after or with her. So she comes back with a mindset that she's kind of like over guys, and then along comes Ruan.
A character called Ruan Nel, who's basically, it's a little bit of a sort of like a controlled washout basically. Ladies' man, doesn't really want to work for his dad, like many people I know.
Die aanvraag na unieke kreatiewe niche-biere die laaste paar jaar die hoogte aangeskiet. En dit groei steeds radikaal. Alles gaan oor vraag en aanbod. Verbruiker wil dit hê, ons gaan dit vir hulle aanbied.
That they send him to go do this mission, they call it a secret mission, to go find craft beer. You know, travels the whole country in search of craft beer, meeting interesting people, and then
Soon upon returning from New York, she meets Ruan, played by Niels van Jaarsveld.
Is hierdie stoel beskikbaar?
Hulle almal is.
She's immediately conflicted because of this immediate chemistry and feelings for the guy she's literally just met.
Dit is meneer Ruan Nel. Ruan, dit is my dogter Anja.
But the real conflict comes internally for her, the fact that she's just stepped out of a relationship, and immediately there's this bloke that she quite likes, and she fights it. She tries to fight it all the way.
Wat dink jy van ons nuwe kuiergas?
Hy is seker maar alright.
Ek sien julle begin goeie vriende raak.
Asseblief pa, alsbehalwe.
and says that she's not so sure about my character, you know, what am I doing there, and then overhears some conversations, got sort of intentions that aren't extremely clear. What then happens is her boyfriend comes to visit from New York. I sort of slightly fall in love with her, or fully fall in love with her, and then there's that classic sort of liefdesdriehoek, like they would say in Afrikaans.
Just come to New York for a few days to sign the contract. And we have a future together.
Wow.
And Ruan is actually charming the pants off her in his ambitions to gain the trust of the family of Anya and Marius, so that he can get his hands on their beer recipe.
Ja, hoe was dit toe?
Oh, is pragtig. Jou brouwery ook. Anya was nie te slegte toergids nie.
Ek is bly om dit te hoor. En waar bly jy?
In gastehuis in Philadelphia.
Nonsens, jy slaap hier by ons. 'n Stadsjappie soos jy met leer wat plattelandse gasvryheid beteken.
Niels se karakter is die sinnebeeld, moet ek altyd sê, van kapitale uitbuiting en kapitalistiese waardesisteem, kan jy dit maar amper noem, waar jy vat wat jy kan kry, en as jou formule nie werk nie, dan kan jy steel totdat iemand jou vang.
OK. So wat geniet jy die meeste van jou werk?
Ek hou van die travelling, die plekke te sien, verskeidelde skatte soos julle plaas te ontdek.
en vir eie gewin te ontgin.
Waar kom dit nou vandaan?
Dit wat alle groot koöperasies doen. Sy gee bloed uit die kleineres in. Wag tot hulle ondergaan, neem oor en dan rol hulle in die geld.
So dit is dan die karakter wat bots direk met Marius. Hy is maar 'n slagoffer van hierdie tipe wêreld wat dan hulle kom besoek en bedreig. So jy kan amper sê dit is 'n tipe van kolonialisme wat plaasvind op Marius se plaas en sy besigheid.
Is jy bang dis wat met Sonskyn gaan gebeur?
Ek weet dit is.
Ruan is using his charm to seduce the family into trusting him, but he's not come clean about who he really is. The son of one of the bigger beer conglomerates in the country.
Dink nou. Hier bier in meer as 150 restaurante in die land. Wie weet, dalk selfs oor see. Jy bly steeds nou betrokke, behou steeds eienaarskap, maar jy maak massiewe profite. Dit sal natuurlik alles gestipuleer word in die kontrak.
Nou voordat jy nou praat van kontrakte en goed. Ek dink jy moet eers my bier proe. Dis die begin van groot dinge. Ek het nodig dat jy my glo.
What I wanted to do there was have a look at the generational gap to a degree, where particularly in South Africa, I think it's a universal problem, but I think particularly in South Africa we have a miscommunication or a lack of communication between parents and children.
Sy is 'n regte boeremeisie.
Pa,
En jy kan stry aan, ja, maar dis die waarheid. Wie wat wou sy vir haar 10de verjaarsdag hê? 'n trekker. En nie poppe en teekoppies soos ander dogtertjies.
en nou gaan hy vir jou vertel hoe ek nie kon ophou tot hy beloof het om my koöperasie toe te vat dat ek enigiets kan kies wat ek self kan dra.
Wel, 'n mens natuurlik na die verhaal self gaan kyk en insidente by die verhaal en selfs die manier waarop hulle met mekaar praat en dalk daai verhouding kan kritiseer. Maar ek dink onder dit alles is dit 'n gemaklikheid met mekaar wat toegelaat het dat in elk geval dis hoe my verhouding met my dogter is dat ons mekaar 'n sekere vryhede gun.
He's not opening up to her. Like, he bottles everything up inside.
Kan ek ten minste 'n drukkie kry?
Dis presies wat ek wou vra.
There's this guilt that she carries with her for not being there when her mum passed away and helping her dad through the grief, through the sorrow. On the flip side of that, you have Marius, who has slipped into some form of depression, and he is not well, physically well, healthy, and that depression manifests itself in an obsession with his hobby, and it seems to be the crutch that he needed to deflect from his pain and suffering caused by the loss of his wife. And so he's thrown all his focus, his love and energy into developing this homage to his wife in the form of this craft beer, which is. So it's not just he's just brewing a beer, but it's about infusing his love for his wife, or his late wife, into that brew. And so what we have when these two collide is, in the first instance, a little bit of, you could even say, resentment, if one could resent one's own child, from Marius, to the fact that his daughter wasn't there for him. And when she comes back, it all floods back to the foreground, something which has been simmering underneath all along. And on her side is the guilt for not being there. You know, so we have these two worlds, and how do we get these two individuals to bond, to return to a place that they were at as a father and daughter should be?
Dis 'n heerlike geur. Kompleks, maar ongelooflik.
Magnifiek soos jou ma.
Is dit haar eie hybrid?
Dit is moontlik.
haven't spoken to your father in almost 2 years.
Then come with me to South Africa.
I can't.
Ek wil so graag hê pa moet oop kaarte met my speel. Dinge met my deel, die goed, die sleg, alles.
Ek wil nie oor die verlede praat nie.
Pa wil nooit oor niks praat nie. Hy dink ek het gevlug omdat ek selfsugtig is. Ek kom as prins gelos het om haar alleen te begrawe.
Karel wil jou sê dis dringend hoor.
Dit behels die jaarlikse nasionale mikrobierbrouwerye kompetisie wat een van die dae weer plaasvind.
Daar is dosyne nuwe fly-by-night brouwerye in die land. Jy gaan hulle besoek, die wenresep opspoor en dit huis toe.
So julle wil hê ek moet een gaan steel. Wanneer het julle daai perd geskiet? Dat is die lekkerste bier wat ek nog ooit geproe het. By verre. Jou body magic touch, hy sit op 'n goudmyn.
Jy's vragtig net hier om uit te byt. Nou word jy skatryk en wat word van my pa?
Ek sal met groet.
Nou, sis, jy slaap hier by ons.
'n Pa gashuis is baie meer gemaklik.
I get it. Die wenresep. Wat dink jy maak dit so spesiaal?
Dis 'n geheim. Die verlede het 'n manier om dit vir mense kop te mors.
Moet die verlede laat gaan. Anders staan die toekoms nie 'n kans nie.
Will you ever stay a while and hold me 'cause I need you? Will you ever find your fight and talk the way we used to? Don't.
What do you mean you're here to fetch me?
Redmond's offer is huge.
I've left once before when my dad needed me. Het gekom te antwoord. Ons sal nie Sonskyn hoef te verkoop nie.
I love you.
Hier die resep. Geef my net 'n kans om te verduidelik.
Wat verduidelik? Dat jy 'n dief is.
So Anja de Plessis is perfek mens. Ek het nooit 'n fout gemaak. Nog nooit nodig gehad om iemand vir 'n tweede kans te vra nie.
When I get on that plane in 5 days' time, you're gonna be next to me. I'm not leaving without you.
Wil jy terug?
Miskien. Ek weet nie. Alles wat hy sê maak sin.
Vir jou kop of vir jou hart?
Merry Christmas. It's been a lovely experience, you know, and with Maynard at the helm, director who he said to me on day one that hy glo in die organiese proses, the organic process. He likes to make movies in that way. He likes things to unfold on the day as the actors feel it.
Ek het baie keer al met regisseurs gewerk wat nie die vagste benul het wat hulle van 'n akteur wil hê nie. Hulle verwag jy moet maar bring, jy moet maar gee. Jy moet die haas uit die hoed uitdruk. Terwyl dis anders met Maynard. Hy weet wat hy wil hê. Hy weet hoe om akteurs te hanteer. En ons is 'n moeilike ou klomp, jy weet. Ek wil weet wat ek doen. Ek wil in my vertolking wil ek seker wees dat ek nie besig is om 'n stert van myself te maak nie. Ek is moeg daarvoor om jou vet salaris aan die raad te probeer regverdig.
Pa hoef nie, gee my net 'n minuut om te verduidelik.
Ek hoop nie jy dink hier is 'n betaalde vakansie nie. Jy is op dun ys.
And he's been very kind to me in giving me a lot of work and a lot of exposure, and well, I have a mutual respect for him, and I'll always be grateful for that. He's definitely not afraid of a lot of people or anything really. So what's nice about it is that he takes on these massive projects and then completes them on time within his budget, and somehow manages to get all these actors involved and talented people like Roscoe and Peter, you know, pulling focus on an amazing team, a cross-cultural team, and people that are, I don't know, not afraid of work, which I think is very important in a stage where we're shooting a lot of movies. I mean, we're shooting a feature in a month, and it's an epic journey, and it's good to have someone there that sort of remains predominantly calm from time to time. I mean, it's also when your heart's in something, you do tend to get emotional about stuff when you get irritated by it. I think it's only human. So, yeah, I'm very glad he's using me in his films as his leads predominantly, because I think he gives me the opportunity to, I don't know, truly show my acting capability, whether it's in English or in Afrikaans or a rom-com or a action comedy, or hopefully they'll get the chance to play some drama with him as well. So I like his fearlessness, and that to me is something that I respect and value, and it's good to be involved with something that he's in. So he's also got a very bright future, I think, internationally as well.
Ek het vir 'n paar goedjies gebring. 'n Handdoek, maar ek sien jy het klaar 'n handdoek. Skoene en 'n broek en 'n hemp. Ek hoop dit pas.
Dankie.
Ontbyt is groot. Dis reg. Ek hoop jy's honger.
Ek's rasend.
Dankie baie.
I'd been aware of Annelle Bester for a couple of years. I'd seen her for various other things, and I immediately felt there was definitely something about her that was really appealing, but she'd never been given the opportunity to do anything. A lot of the other producers always just kind of dismissed her for someone who had more experience, who was better known. So I'm absolutely delighted that she has been given her big break on this one, and from what I've seen, she's done an absolutely fabulous job.
Ek dink sy doen uitstekend so ver in dit wat ek al gesien het en dit wat ek al ook teenoor haar bietjie kon speel. Is altyd lekker om 'n bietjie vars gesigte te sien. Ek dink ons het baie keer die geneigtheid om dieselfde mense oor en oor in dieselfde tipe rolle en dieselfde tipe films te sien.
What a lot of people don't understand about these flicks is that it's a lot of work, especially if you're the lead, like Annelle did. And she was here every day from the beginning to the end, and it's just amazing how she sort of worked through it, and it was always fresh and on time and prepared, and I think that's something, you know, the younger actresses can aspire to. There's not an inkling of her being a diva when the days got too long or the waits got too long.
En ek dink mense gaan hou van haar. Ek dink as mens net sien hoe ons almal hier op die stel, hoe ons oor die weg kom en hoe almal reageer teenoor haar weg van die kameras af en voor die kamera. Dink ook die gehoor daar buite gaan baie goed op haar reageer en gaan hou van vars energie wat sy bring. Daar's 'n onskuld, dink ek, wat sy bring na die rol toe wat nogal verfrissend is.
Dit was die moeilikste besluit wat ek nog ooit moes gemaak het. Besef niemand dit nie.
Anetjie, ons almal weet jou kontrak in New York was 'n kans van 'n leeftyd.
Nee, hy nie. Hy dink ek het gevlug omdat ek selfsugtig is. Kom as prins gelos het om haar alleen te begrawe. Alleen te rou. Sy het my aangemoedig. Sê ek moet my lewe met al twee hande gaan aangryp.
The kind of qualities I was looking for, almost an Audrey Hepburn kind of, return to that type of beautiful leading woman. So I was really looking for a combination of talent, but also of this look. We started looking 14 months ago, and I think in the form of Annelle Bester, we have uncovered a great talent. I think she's gonna go in leaps and bounds, and not only is she a beautiful actress, she can go to the places that you need to take her, or the actor, the journey the actor needs to go on.
Ek het al verskeie keer saam met Niels gewerk en dit was altyd 'n voorreg. Hy het geweldig baie energie en fokus. So ek sou sê dis vir ons 'n groot, dis 'n geweldige voordeel vir enige 'n film om hom as hulle hoofrol te hê, omdat hy daai fokus en energie bring hy en hy deel dit met al die akteurs, met almal van ons.
Hy kyk vir jou in jou oë, hy gee vir jou wat nodig is, hy ken sy woorde, hy het passie. Niels is 'n professional, hy's 'n professionele mens. Hy weet waaroor film gaan. En ek sit vandag na hom en kyk en ek dink, jy's so subtiel. Hy verstaan waarmee hy besig is. En ek dink dit is wonderlik.
jou pa se talent, sy passie. Ek wil hom help om 'n goeie, regverdige deal te maak. Kyk of hy die plaas kan hou.
En wat's in dit vir jou?
Eer en erkenning dat ek die ou was wat jy ontdek het. My karier sal skyrocket.
An amazing actor to act with. I couldn't have asked for a better lead male to play the role with, because I've never been in this situation where I've played a lead. So yeah, it was a honest, true pleasure to work with him.
It's been wonderful to work with Andre Redman. I mean, I have known him for a very long time. I did a play with him. I think that sort of put me on the map in the theatre circles. And he's always keen to discuss things that are that are interesting to you or to him, and he's always open-minded about these things. And I must say, most of the time, it's great acting opposite him or people of his stature. But what I enjoy the most is just sort of picking their brains or asking them opinions about what they think I need to do next, or where the industry is going. Would it be okay to do a little bit of theatre or stay in the movies, that sort of thing? And he would just openly give it to me. And
he was cast quite late, so it was also new to me. Quite a true gentleman, like such soft eyes, soft soul.
Wow.
Ek kan skaars my oë glo. Natuurlik is ek die laaste persoon in die hele Philadelphia om te hoor jy kom terug uit die vreemde.
He gives a lot of emotion in his eyes, so it was easy for me to act with him. The emotion wasn't hard to get out because he gives so much.
He left everything in front of the camera. He left nothing behind. He gave everything, which was fantastic. The way he structured his performance from, and if you look in terms of chronologically, structured through the films from beginning to end, and the arc that he takes Marius on. It was beautiful to watch unfold in front of camera on screen. And then in terms of the actual filming process, the style of the film, Roscoe Verkale, who was our cinematographer on Neisner, and who I've just worked with on Finders Keepers, he's taken on the DP role on this film as well. And also, I believe investing in youth, and Roscoe is 26, 27 at most, so he comes with a fresh eye in terms of cinematography, in terms of the way he lights, and the way the fluidity of the camera, and so we have a very beautiful landscape to work with. And I think he's painted lovely, painted the canvas with lovely hues. So I'm trying to not say to be a niche product. I'm not trying to be highbrow and taking some sort of moral high ground and say, oh, you've got to be an academic or a film purist to enjoy my films. I'm making films for not just for entertainment purposes, but also with themes that will touch people or make them laugh and or have experience some sort of emotion. I think technically it's an interesting film, different to previous projects. It has some challenges, but in the end, I think we've got something special. I think audiences are going to enjoy this one.